Hello there, Tony here once again, and a nice warm welcome to my shop. Today's project, I'm going to make a sphere out of a nice piece of yew. It'll probably end up, by the time we get it all rounded off, it'll probably end up at about 125mm, something like that. I think the best way to do it is I'll get it into the lathe, we'll get it rounded off, come back to, I'll turn the video back on then. What we'll do is we'll use the Paul Howard sphere jig, a nice bit of kit. It's a lovely, lovely piece of equipment. I made a garden table a couple of months ago, and what it's good for, you can make a sphere from anything from, I think it's probably less than this, 60mm up to 340mm, which is quite a size. And the good thing about it, you can reproduce, once you've got one, say, I don't know, 280mm, you can reproduce them. There's a little stopper what you put on, and it'll, you know, keep taking them out at exactly the same size. Like I say, I made a one probably 270mm, made 4 of them, and they made lovely legs for a garden table. So I'll get it into the, I'll get this piece of wood onto the lathe, we'll get it rounded off, and then I'll come back to you. Right, unfortunately I've discovered a crack. I've got it rounded off, so what we'll do, we'll get it marked up, and altogether the piece itself is 9 inches, so half a 9 is 4.5 inches. The diameter is about 5 inches, so we'll mark 2.5 inches either side, and then we'll take these down so we can fit them into one in the chuck and one into the step centre. What you can do is physically use sacrificial glue blocks onto it. I don't particularly like that. For all right, I'm gonna use another, I don't know, 4 inches of wood, 2 inches either side. I find it safer to work like that, so I would rather do that. So what we'll do now is we'll take these ends off, and we'll make another measurement, which I'll explain later on, and we'll take it from there. Right, I've took the ends down. Obviously what we've got to do now, it's 125mm in diameter and 125mm long. So within the jig itself you get a chart. I don't know whether you can see that or not, but anyway, 125mm, you have to mark in 36.59, 36, say we'll say 37mm, and all you do is you mark 37mm in, 37mm down, and the same on this side, 37mm, 37mm, and all you do is mark off there and here, mark off there, and the same on this side. And all we're going to do is take this corner off from there to there, and it helps. You can do it with the sphere, but it would take forever and a day. So all we're going to do is just take that off like that. And what I'll do, I'll come back to you when I've got them off. What I forgot to tell you, or sorry, what I forgot to advise you on was when you're working with yew or laburnum or any things like that, they reckon that it's toxic to the humans and to dogs. So always make sure that you've got some form of breathing apparatus. I use my full face shield, and that suffices for it. But just careful, make sure you've got a respirator on when you're using that. Well, I've took them off now. I've fitted the jig, and obviously you have it set so that it's in the centre, and then you can go either side, and then each time you turn it in, just a little touch, a little bit at a time, and you'll end up with a perfect sphere. I think before we go any further, you have to admire the grain on it. However, we've got a nasty crack and it's right the way through. So I think what we should do before we go any further is fill that in with CA glue and some fine dust, and then we can take one final off it, and then we'll get it polished up, and then we'll get these ends sorted out. Right, we'll let that go off, and then we'll take one final skim, very, very slightly off it, and then we'll sort these ends out. Right, I've put a high gloss polish on it and it's come quite nice to be, you know, some lovely colours and green. You can see why I just love working with yew. It's just so wonderful. Now we have to part it off now. I always find the best way to do it is just use a saw, but always make sure that you leave about 4mm stub on the end as when you round it off. You don't leave yourself short. So right, all I've done, I've got two rounded off pieces of wood what fit into the chuck, and they're shaped inside the same diameter as that. Now Paul, or should I say Paul Howard because I don't know him, recommends, or in his video he says that what you should do is get that central, and then obviously you can get that in your chuck, and all you do is just to say take it off with a skew chisel. I don't like that, only because I haven't had a success rate with it. I find it better to just, I've got a little palm sander, a little mouse sander, and I try to get it as round as possible, and I have the, you know, more results with that rather than using a skew chisel. So anyway, we'll get started with the palm sander, and we'll try to get it as round as, you know, follow the concave, or sorry, the convex of the sphere itself. Right, it's all complete. Very, very pleased with it. Apart from that little crack, it's only shallow. I've tried to fill it with glue, and that's filled up. However, when you look at the grain on it, it's absolutely wonderful. I just love working with yew. It's a different surprise every time. I know I've said this time and time again, but it's just so nice. You don't know what you're gonna you know end up with. But what I'm gonna do, and I don't like people doing this, but it's only me personally, I'm gonna make a stand for it, but I'll do it as a part 2. It seems to annoy me. I should have done it all as one, but it's just a little pet hate I have. So I'll make a stand and I'll make that as a part 2, but at the moment that what I always say is I'll take it inside, I'll take some photographs, I'll try to catch the beauty of the grain, and then obviously I'll put it at the end of the video. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'm really pleased that you're enjoying them as much as what I'm doing. If you haven't yet, please subscribe, and please share and if you've got any idea, anything, any tips what you can help me with, then please feel free. I'm open to any suggestions. If you want any requests, what you want me to make, at the end of the day, as long as I can give a few tips to people, I'm quite happy. So if you want me to do a certain thing, please let me know in the comments, and I'll try my best to accommodate you. Anyway, as I said, thanks for watching. Catch up on the next video. Bye.